Alrighty. Johnny No Shoes, MyFishTanksAquatics. Hopefully we have some audio here. And ready. And we are good. Happy Friday, happy Friday. MyFishTanksAquatics, coffee and just chatting. May 2nd, 2025. Hope everybody's doing well. We are live on YouTube and Rumble. I did put the links up there, so if anybody wants to join the chat, they can for both at both streams. But, howdy, Ms. Dee Dee. Nice to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Prodigal, nice to see you. I gotta do something here real quick before I forget. Let's do this. All right. Oh, I needed to do something here. I don't know, not for that. All right. All right, drive safe. Prodigal, thank you for coming. Nice to see you. Did that audio come across when I played that? Hi, Prodigal. All right. Uncle Smiley, thank you for being here. Hey, y'all. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Lurking and catching up. Catching fish to go out in the ponds. Cool. Good luck with that. Did the audio play, Dee Dee? Hopefully it did. Yeah, I miss Jimmy too. Definitely miss him. Yeah. So just kind of letting people get in here and trying to think what I've got going. I can't remember. I don't have a whole lot going on. I am playing around with Meld. It's a new streaming thing. Let's see if I can create my own. Because it does multi-stream outputs. But I just have to play around with some stuff here. Get used to using it. Whoops. Sorry about that. It's kind of like OBS, but a little more simplified. So, oh, okay. Had your volume down until recently. I wonder if we could do this. Here. Just have to play around with some stuff here. Get used to it. Just hang in there a second. Did that audio come across my plate? I don't think it did on my live stream, on the stream scene. Alright. Uncle Smiley, thank you for being here. Hey, y'all. Nice to see you. Being here. But being ain't catching up. Did you fish to go out in the ponds? Cool. Wait then. I'll find out here. Yeah, I missed Jimmy too. Definitely missed him. No. Get that back to live. No. Catching up. Did you fish to go out in the ponds? All right, let me try something here. There we go. No, didn't come across. So there's something going on with my OBS. All right. Pop that back. All right, it is what it is. So as long as I got audio, that's all. It's good. I'll work on that. All right, we got 6. All right. Well, myself, like I said, I was playing with Meld. It's a type of OBS, which is a way to stream without having to use, I can't use guests with it, but that's why I'm kind of I'm going to stick to Restream here until I play with that fully. I'm going to play with that in the background. And so play it again, Sam. All right, let me go like that. Let's see. There we go. I do it through OBS, so I could add a scene. Let it do its thing. Sorry. Yeah. All right.
You're a what?
I'm a pecker. So there we go. Yeah, it should have worked. Yeah, I knew it. There we go. There we go. It's all right. I'll add as many scenes here as I can. um, well, that's kind of cool. I'll have to do that on the side. Working. I guess that's the nice thing about Restream. I can add these scenes, and I don't know how many scenes they give me, but we're about to find out. So. I don't have a whole lot going on. I still have to make a video. Guess I better excuse me here. There we go. My audio will probably be a hell of a lot better. There we go. I'm sure it'll be a hell of a lot better now. I don't have a whole lot going on. I still have to make a video. But like I was saying, I still got to make a video for the mics that Jose sent me. I promised I'd try to get it done this weekend, and I will try to get it done. Yuyo, nice to see you. Thank you for coming. But I got to get that done this weekend, and I will. The mics. There we go. Definitely much better. So, yeah, we are doing Restream and Rumble. So, I guess we should see if the emotes are still working here. I should be good there. There we go. Now, if anybody puts their emotes in there, it should work. Try it out a little bit. I know that's one of the fun things you guys like to do. There it goes. That's what I like to see. That's the problem with Restream right now. Yuyo saying hi to Uncle Smiley, Dee Dee. Is there a Don in there? There we go. Gotta go get coffee. Enjoy your coffee and chat. Yeah, I'm hoping I have definitely a better turnout now that I'm a little more stable with things. So, like I said, I'll do the other stuff, testing and all that on the side. So, have a good one, and thank you for coming by. Thank you for coming, Prodigal. Miss Lori, thank you for being here. You just picked up some fish books at the library. Which ones did you pick up? Be cool to see. Don is Prodigal. Okay. Mr. Cody, nice to see you, sir. Thank you. Hopefully you're not working too hard. And Cody and I will be live. I've got it scheduled already for tonight here on Restream. Northern Illinois Aquatics. I have the channel made up, but I do not have the logos or banners made up for it yet. I haven't made it. I got to find out from Cody if he wants to make the email address. I can actually do it on my, I have the MFTAQ.com. So we'll have to figure that out. We can talk about it tonight a little bit. But he's working on the logo. Cool. Yeah. I know you're going to make a great one, dude. I'm horrible at that stuff. So I think I made a pretty cool intro for us. Or stream starting intro. I do have to make an intro for myself someday. Maybe with Meld, I'll figure a way to do it. Oh, you're getting done early today? Probably because of the rain, right? I mean, I know we don't have any. I haven't seen any on radar, but I had actually done a stream wanting to do 4 nights a week. I was going to go Rumble only and do 4 nights a week, but go for it, Nestiti. That would be awesome. I know you're cool. You're good with that stuff. You're definitely better at the editing. So I would appreciate that. That would be cool. I've seen some of the ones you made for others. So just early job done in the city area. Okay, cool. Hopefully it'll be a very slow, light day for you. Actually, I'm going to take that overlay off. I think that's kind of a waste. Okay, cool. I'm trying to think if I can. I don't know. I'll have to come up with, like I said, I'll have to figure it out, like what we want on there for sure. So. It did. So. You do a good job. I can see where you started, and I've got to probably do the same. I just hate editing. I won't lie. So I think the only video I've ever edited was the under gravel filter one. So, and all I did was quick cuts. That was it. To put each section together. that I did. So I'm horrible with that stuff. Okay. And yeah. And be careful. Be safe out there. We'll see you. We'll see you, Cody. Don't work too hard, bud. Cool. I may let you, do what you got to do. So I'm assuming you have download capabilities on YouTube. If not, I'll download whatever maybe kind of see what videos. And I did like the logo that was on for my fish tank, the stream today. That looked pretty cool. You have your ways. All right. Very cool. All right. All right, I'm going to see if I can find a way to snag that because that's a virtual. I use a thing called Mercury through Stream Elements that makes that MyFishTanksAquatics with the counter on it. I could actually take the counter off for it if I wanted to. Yeah, I'll send you a copy of the one that Atomic Fish Jets made me. So. Once I learn that meld, I should be pretty good. I don't have a whole lot going on, but these guys are still producing. Guppy grass I bought last week back there is doing pretty good. The big mound. Let's see here. Ludwigia over here is doing pretty good. I gotta do some videos on this stuff. And then the other thing of guppy grass I bought, I put in that tank. And I thought I saw a fry in there earlier today. In the 55. Oh, showing my best. Yeah, I haven't seen him and heard from him in a while. I do hope he's doing well. If I just stay streaming at one place, I would be better off. But yeah, I agree. I hope he's doing well too. So. Trying to see if I missed anybody up here besides Cody, Ori, UIO, Smiley. All right. I had added a couple. Like I said, I thought I saw a fry in there, but I haven't seen it since. So it was so fast. I'm hoping it didn't get picked off by one of the other ones because I've got a couple of swordtails that they are fighting in there. I don't know if anybody's live or on Rumble. I don't see anybody. All right. Got 3 people over there, but it looks like this is going to be a quick one again today. So it's all right. It is what it is. I haven't seen anybody wanting to join. It's okay though. I haven't tried that outdoor tubbing stuff yet. I'll have to see sometime if I'm going to. I thought about, just getting a small tote. And it's going to turn green water real fast. I guarantee that. I could probably just set something out there and let it build up its own nature. Daphne and stuff like that. Oh my. Probably wasn't able to make it back out of the cave. like how fast those are coming out. Change those and see what happens. I'm not a fan of that. Don't want it to be doing it too fast. And Branton, hello. TD just planted a 300-gallon pond. They used the scoop for your first time. Hubby recently got his trick. Oh, that's cool. About the tractor, I did not. Branton again, hello. There we go. Check back in here. The overlay. Oh wow, that's cool. Yeah, it should have showed up. Yeah, it's there. Because you're a mod, Dee, so when you post links. All right. I guess I might have to stay with the restream. I'm liking it. So, all right, let me go. Oh, the link you posted to YouTube Studio, Dee, so it won't let me Whip, thank you for coming. Nice to see you, my friend. Yeah, I need the link to the actual video. Jeff, thank you for coming. Listening on the drive to the next service call. Okay, cool. All right, looks like we're starting to pick up a little bit. my fellow swamp tanker. Kickstarter. Do we have something coming up that I don't know about? Very cool. I think we got an announcement coming here pretty soon. I wonder if there's anything. Let's see what we can do. Oh, that's an upgrade. Duh. What the hell? Is everything an upgrade? Huh. Oh, okay. Very cool. And Yo is testing his betta tank and listening to in the background. Oh, sorry to hear you were having issues, though. That always sucks. Did I miss anybody else? Nope. Let's see if I can scroll into the oh, what the hell did I just move? There we go. See if I can show you the guppy grass in there. I don't think I can. There we go. No, can't see it. I was trying to blow up my camera view so that I could give you guys, like, show you the guppy grass that I bought. So I was looking to see if it was raining earlier and I didn't actually get to it. So I know there was a chance of it today. I will say, if I could have some prayers for my uncle, please do so, because he's been going through some very tough times. Definitely good. Maybe the kids will get to go out for recess today for a little bit at least. Link is at the top at Rumble, and Rumble's only showing one. Nobody's even put a thing in the chat. Time just to focus on YouTube. I was saying earlier, I was thinking about doing 4 nights on Rumble only, but I don't know. I had scheduled one for Monday and ended up having to cancel it. So I was like, I was going to do like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like at 8 p.m. or something. I think it was that, just for an hour to do a daily stream. So yeah, he's the only one on my mom's side, besides my cousins, like my mom's, from my mom's family, that actually talks to me and Dee Dee. So besides my cousins, they still talk to us, but my grandfather, grandmother aren't around anymore. My mom, sister don't talk, so yeah, whatever. But he's gone through a tough one. The diabetes is getting him, so I know how he feels, and that keeps me pushing hard on mine to make sure that I don't give up, so to say. I'm gonna have to do some videos on these updates because I haven't done anything today. I don't know where that guy went. It was funny because when I went looking in there and I happened to I happened to see him in the guppy grass and he booked down. Or she. I don't know if it was he or she. But I don't know if one of the swordtails tagged it or not. So I need to really clean that up behind me. Be right back. We got to do a coffee refill. All right. An above tank sump. That's an interesting concept. One I've never heard of before either. See anybody up there? Trying to get in yet. Did you ever put the link? Yep, there it is. Okay. Let me go grab that link. There we go. And then let's do this. First of all, let me turn that music off. There we go. And then we're going to see, share the screen. Yep, there it is. I want the audio.
I'm using my husband's recently.
There we go. We're gonna go back.
I'm putting in a new pond, but guess what? With a brand new toy. I'm using my husband's recently obtained tractor to dig out for a new pond. Got it all dug out and kind of level. Now I'm throwing in some gravel. I'm going to level it up. I wanted to just sink it down just a little bit. And I picked up a 300-gallon at Tractor Supply. And by far, this was the easiest for me to do because we have a sloping yard that not only slopes down, but it also slopes to one side. So you have to feel like you're kind of drunk every time you try to level something. But I think I did good. It looks like all the water is staying kind of at the right place. Anyways, this is the end of day one.
That was pretty cool. Pretty cool, Ms. Dee Dee.
Day one.
All right. Good. At least the audio went through. When Rod and Kevin from Predatory Fins go over there, they seem to be the most common filtration method used. Yeah, I've never... Miss Debbie, thank you for coming. Nice to see you. Awesome. And Stephen P. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody else. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. And Stephen saying hi to Dee Dee and Whip. And all right, I guess I will continue on. Stay happy with 10. Yeah, my streams have been very slow, so it's So, and I like hearing what's going on for everybody else too. So. There's only 2 over it. Oh, 3 at the Rumble. Well, I know there's at least 2 more of you than me. So if you're on the Rumble, hop in the chat. Let me know you're there. Now you want to dig more stuff? So did you actually operate it, or was your husband operating it? So. Just unboxed my Jeff Kane sticker. 8 green laser cores were also in the box. Sweet. Very cool. Like I said, I still have to do a video. I got to try and get it done this weekend because Jose gave me these mics so I can do them on my phone. Bratton had a phone call. He's back. All right. Yeah, with my streams being slow, I kind of, I've been cutting them at, I think last week I cut it at 40 minutes. So. Excuse me. How many days did it take you to recover your birthday party, Debbie? So, yeah, I'm looking forward to checking these out. And I think I got my last issue of the, the Aquatic Gardener. This is the booklet I get bi-monthly from Chicago Area Plant Society. I gotta find the. I was gonna read the instructions on that and do it. So yeah. I agree, but at the same time, I shouldn't say I've never been busy, but it's, I'm definitely not the the likes of most streamers. So about a day. That's funny. Get that ticker rolling again. Yeah, it is. Most of these are much higher. I think they're higher. To do. So, Mr. Jesse. Nice to see you, sir. Thank you. If you guys don't follow Salient Aquatics, fuck you. Sorry, had to do it. Tanks and Fish. Thank you for coming. How are you, sir? Let me see something. Are you make sure I'm following you. Okay, I am subscribed. Oh, gotta get him. He's almost to the 500 mark, folks. Let's get him up here. All right. I'm going to drop the link to tanks and fish. There we go. Okay. Guys, go to his channel, and he's at 444 subscribers. If you're not subscribed to him, get him subscribed. And let's help him. He's almost to 500, so let's help him out. Oh, how rude is that? Didn't come across there. Oh well. Looks like I'll be focused on one channel. And let's see who else we got in here. Lumpy Dog, nice to see you. Nice to see you, Lumpy. Listening at work? Okay. Awesome. All right. See if there's anybody else I missed while I was doing that. Didn't. Okay, nope. I haven't. I've got everybody. I'm caught up there. Cool. Let me go to your channel and find out for you, Whip. Go in the chat. I believe you were pretty close. Let's see. All right. You are at 899. So let's get Whip up there, guys. What the hell's that? That was weird. I'll do it that way. You're a mod. Pop your own link in there, my man. There's something flying around here. What the hell's going on with that? I'll try that. There we go. There we go. Thank you, Dee Dee. I was just getting ready to do that. So, yeah, you're close to almost 900. That's pretty damn good. Yeah, you growing fast, Whip. So, yeah, the channel's made up for Northern Illinois. Cody and I would greatly appreciate if you went there, and we're going to have both of us will have access to the channel. We'll both have access to the Stream Element stuff and whatever we need. But we have to do some deciphering on what we're going to do first. And we got logos. He's making logos. And hopefully eventually what we'll do is every Friday we'll be able to just stream right there. It'll have its own account and everything, you know. So I already created the channel, but I just got to give him, we got to get password permissions, you know, done for him and stuff. There you go. Fish Fam link. I'm going to probably make it its own. I know that Adele suggested making its own set of channels, but I think I might make it. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll make it its own Discord server. Yeah, I don't remember. Was I subscriber mode on this? Can't remember. Yeah, there you go. Drop some links. And Tanks and Fish, if you're not on the fishfam.link channel, you know, you guys see these posts, there's a way to contact them. And they can get you people. So yeah, Fish Fam link has a bunch of them. Sleeper, thank you for coming. Nice to see you. But thank you for being here. Appreciate it. We're up. That's good. All right. Know what my plan's got to be here. So, yeah, there you go. I'll get something sent once we get the channel set up to and get scheduled for, you know, added to the schedule and our channel added. Miss Dee Dee. Oh. Yep. Yeah, Matt, Dee Dee, Jenna, Steven, and Annette, I think is the other one, right? I just used the MFT on here. I only use the MFTAQ for the shorter, for like try to get them shorter web things. But the Northern Illinois Aquatics, that's me and Cody together. So all right, I gotta go make sure I'm sure I am, but okay, go. Oops, added. Yep, I'm subscribed to Paul's. Sweet. And Zen too. Okay. Yeah, don't want to forget anybody because I truly appreciate what these guys do when it comes to the Fish Fam Link. You can buy these, and it helps Matt and them out. But I got lucky and won one. And I wear it every time I go to a thing now. Whoops, I got to get used to the camera being over here. So the name of my channel now, it was JJ's Aquariums when I first started out, Paul. And what happened is I just call it MyFishTanksAquatics is the channel name. And then I used the handle of at MFTAQ to make it quicker for, for the custom URL. So what I had done is I've and you can ask any of these guys. I've bounced names of channels for quite a while, a long time, but I just stuck. I ended up sticking with MyFishTanksAquatics. That's what I have registered. I actually have websites registered under MFTAQ.com and MyFishTanksAquatics.com. I use the MyFishTanksAquatics.com to go to Google's Blogger, their free service. And then the MFTAQ.com I use for my email, stuff like that. I don't have a website built for it. I just use it for email for the most part. But that's how I came up with the name. I just stayed with it. And that's the question he was asking. So in case anybody wanted to see it, that wasn't it. All right. Yep. You can throw that out, Dee, please. The link to that would be great. Becoming a member, Patreon member for them. And I'm planning on keeping on this. And then originally we were calling it Fish Talk for the stream that Cody and I do on Friday nights. And for Northern Illinois Aquatics, well, we decided he was like, hey, I'd like to kind of change the name, and I'm fine with it. We didn't really have anything set in stone fully yet. So we're building that channel up to get, like I said, get logo stuff like that done. Then it's mainly going to be us live streaming. Maybe we'll occasionally pop he has his own YouTube channel. I have my own, but that's going to be our channel together. He's part of the Northern Illinois Fish Mafia. So, which you'll find on my YouTube page. Anybody who's in Northern Illinois is part of the Northern Illinois Fish Mafia. I just add them there. They don't know they're members. But you'll see channels there, on that too. In my links, I have a link to my Fish Fam link page. It's a great resource. As a matter of fact, it's in my resources of the Discord. So the Fish Fam link. And I think the MyFishTanksAquatics is, it's slowly making its way there. So. You could help her out. No. Just teasing with. All right. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it, Branton. And what was this message here? Oh, I found the hard way. It's harder to... So part of the reason why, I don't know if you noticed, like in my title, in my channel name, it says it's M, you know, here, I'll type it into this. It's the way it is. Should I spelled everything right? Yeah. So if you look at it, there we go. The M, the F, the T, the A, and Q are all capitalized for the shortness of the handle, MFTAQ. That's why I used it shorter. So how important it is. You could use the handle part as like Paul Martin together, and then maybe come up with a channel name that's, you know, something like you said, a little more unique. Whip gave a pretty good answer down here. I saw a lot of it depends on what you're going to do with the channel. Example, Paul Carafo uses his name and he's doing just fine. Exactly. That's a young kid, if I remember correct, right? Whip. He does a lot of content if it's the guy I'm thinking of. So yeah, Lori was here earlier. I don't know if she's still here or not. But you know me, I'm all about us all growing. So if we can help each other grow, that's great. That's what I want to do. Okay, yeah, I was thinking the same guy. Yeah, I know his channel's insane. You know how I found him? He found an abandoned fish, like an abandoned fish store, and there was some tanks in it, and it was still live. Like there was still live stuff in there, live fish that hadn't been fed, hadn't. It was crazy. All right.
You're a what?
I'm a pecker. So nice cue. I really got to set up StreamerBot to do this stuff for me. I'm not liking the way the Restream does this focus thing. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it worked out well. So yeah, and that is why I've stayed with MyFishTanksAquatics, because that's literally what everybody's come through. My nickname was given to me by Whip, the Johnny No Shoes, which is how I start my shows. So but this is cool. You got your own QR code and everything on here. I think I made a link. If not, I've got to get it on the blog. I got to make maybe on the links page. I probably should have put one at the bottom or at the top or something that shows I'm a proud member of fishfam.link. I'll tell you what. Here, let me do this. Let's go to. I have every link except my Rumble stuff on there now. I should probably put the Rumble stuff, but like I said, I'm not fully active on Rumble, and with the way things are going the last few streams on there, it's probably not going to be worth my time over there. So, but yeah, I do have every link on there. Yeah, this is from Fish Fam Link. So I don't know if it's you. I think you can purchase it, but if you become a Patreon, I think one of his levels, I think they might have it. Am I wrong, Dee or Steven? Is there a, whoops. There we go. Yeah, I met Lisa and we talked it was funny because it was the last year I went to Aquashella, and Fishy Biz's birthday was that weekend. So I was all fanboying with him, but I was talking with her, and I was, my phone kind of went off, and I went, oh, I'm getting updates, because that was the first time I had ever missed one of Layla's games. So that's why I take it with me now. When I go to places, though, hoping. But I met Lisa, cool lady, and she's like, we were talking back and forth about, because her daughter had a lacrosse game or something going, so it was kind of cool. Okay. Tony, hello, nice to see you. Thank you for being here. I'm going to actually get 2 hours today. Thank you all for being here. God, I love it. There's the coffees flying around. I'm finding more and more features on this restream. This is there we go. Not necessarily. I just look at it as like I could put articles up on there, blog articles if I wanted to. I basically use it right now. I can kind of show you. Let me pull it up. All right, so now we're going to share the channel. So basically what I use it for, let me get that off. There we go. So basically what I use it for is just, like it's got the link to the Discord community. It's got a link to all my links, membership, memberships on Patreon, that way. And a little thing about us, a little bit about us on here. And on the links, it's just, basically it's the main page it's the blog. Matter of fact, it's showing I can embed my video on here if I wanted it to. But it also archives it. So it has an archive here, as you can see on the side. I've had it up since August 2024. If I wanted to make a whole entire section just for articles and make it so that people can put their, if they want to put their articles up on here, they could. It just depends on you, what you want to do. I just added this here this weekend where you can follow the page, the blog, and you'll get notifications when something's posted by me or whoever's going to be doing articles and stuff like that. I probably will, like I said, the links are all on here. I don't have I don't have the Rumble stuff on here either. I'm probably going to pull away from the Rumble. There's a link to Patreon. The Patreon, Mark Mitchell, I don't know if I got to look at there to find out if he's still a part of the Patreon. But it's but I would definitely suggest, if you're going to do anything, do the fish family. That's all you really need. So and in my Discord, well, the reason why I was going to get rid of my Discord, but I think it was Mr. Jeff Kane who said he believes every channel should have its own Discord, which is cool. I get the idea. I actually have on my Discord, I actually have a channel that is a list of all the Discords. So are they necessary? They're not. I'm trying to grow my channel into its own community and have, like, the links are for basically on my website for there. I need to add something for the Fish Fam link one, just straight to that, their page, because it's only the right thing to do, since they don't charge a damn dime for us to do, maintain our own Fish Fam link page. The memberships is done through Patreon. So that's the only thing that I'm doing, I'm kind of doing differently, because there's to generate a little income to help the channel grow. It's, you know, eventually, if I ever get to memberships and the times and all that stuff, yeah, I may do it just out of ease. But they do, I think they help your channel a little bit, especially if people know you got a website and, you know. So did that ever come across? I didn't see it there. Hit that. Grantham people. Yep, and the fish cord, I have a, you know, I have a link in there for fish cord on the Discord. That one has so many people fish cord. So you want answers? Yep. But I think it was Jeff that is the reason why I kept MyFishTanksAquatics Discord, and it is what it is. You know, I just, you know, if it's busy, it's busy. I think I got about 23 people on there. So yeah. No, you did, sir. You did warn me that it was probably not going to be a great thing. You did warn me. And it's working well for Tommy and Jim, Happy Place, but I know Father Fish doesn't post anything on there anymore. So there's a bunch of them that don't post anything. Discus North posts a video that when he makes it, he takes his YouTube stuff and posts it up there. But I'm just beginning to get to the point where I think I'm just gonna get rid of the videos over there, or just leave up what I got and just see what happens. I made a channel for MyFishTanksAquatics, but I'm the only subscriber to it. One thing for sure that I found surprising is that a lot of people knew me when I went to the Clash, never met them before. Yeah, Dee Dee, I can see where that would happen because we're, you know, like me, I'm up to, you know, 400 something odd people. I can't even remember where I was at, to be honest with you. I'm at 459. So, there we go. And your channel is very underrated. We're going to do this because it's the right thing to do for you, Miss Dee Dee. There we go. And yeah, so like Paul, basically to answer your question is it's personally going to be up to you what you know, how you want to take it, the road you want to take it. If you're doing a channel, what's this restream thing? Ain't going to, I don't think it's shooting it. Oh, yeah, just put it across. There we go. Oh, that was weird. Stuff I posted earlier. You're welcome, Dee Dee. Least I can do. You need to be up there. You should be over $1,000 by now because your channel is very underrated. So, you know, I mean, I've seen where you've come from when you started this video, and you do such a great job. So, yeah, the channel has, there we go. This one for Northern Illinois Aquatics doesn't have any content on it yet, but me, Cody, and we're going to try and build that one up together. I don't know what we're going to do for Yeah, and I've actually just kind of I've gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I want it to eventually be monetized. I won't lie. I mean, I would like to think we all would like it at least a little supplemental, but I just want to, I'm just looking at it like, okay, I'm growing it organically. I'm not going out, I'm not even using YouTube's advertising thing. I want to grow my channel organically, so when I hit 1,000 or when I hit 500, even it's 500 people that happen to find me and they follow me because they want to come to I just like doing the live streaming part. I'm not big on the video editing. You're lucky if I get a short thrown up about weather once in a while. I need to really start pushing a little harder maybe, but I figured that'll happen organically. So, and so. Okay, very cool. Okay, so you're Candy's husband, right? Is Paul? Well, thank you. It's nice to see you here. Like I said, I subbed you today, or if I hadn't, or I've been subbed to you, I noticed. So, and that's cool. Yeah, I think it's truly going to be what you feel you need to do for your channel. I think you and Candy could put out some pretty cool content. So don't be afraid. Give it a go. I'll definitely make your lives. That's for sure. All right, Candy's a good friend. Am I close on hours as well? No. What I've been doing is when I get done with my streams, I've been taking them and put them on into a playlist for the lives. So I might do more of like what Tommy did and I did another compilation, but I didn't get a very good reaction on it. So yeah. And Roxanne actually she brought me up live when Mary was with her, and I had such crappy service, and I didn't think the computer's sitting right over here next to me. Matter of fact, well, right over here, but the monitor's there, and I didn't think I would, so I went up on this live stream. And I was like, I'd been up on a couple of live streams with other stuff, but never really had any issues. So I was like, okay, I did this live stream. And I had just did I forgot my train of thought. Oh, I was on this live stream and I had issues. And I had put I had issues. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to continue to live stream on Fridays. And I got real frustrated. There was a point in time I literally tore down all my videos, and I wish I never had done that because I was so freaking mad, and I had to rebuild everything. I had literally unsubscribed from everybody, tore everything down, and had to start back from zero on my subscribers and everything. So not going to do that. Not going to allow myself to be frustrated. Again, I've gotten frustrated and almost quit a couple of weeks ago. I try to keep some patience. But looks like I'm going to do, like I said, I could just continue to do these things. Use my words. You think? But I'm getting there. So, yeah, I agree. Tommy, so he has a special talent. I kind of feel like Rumble, it's just too political over there. That's my opinion. He's got such different. I like his stuff over there. I won't lie. I love his stuff, but it's when he talks about conspiracy theories and even the conspiracy theories in fish, it's like he's got some good stuff. And to be honest, and Paul, to be honest, like I said, you got to decide. So can't let him see you sweat. I know. I agree. I'm slowly getting there, Dee. I am trying my butt off, trying to be a good streamer. I want to be entertaining. Don't want to go the interview routes because the problem with that is there's a gazillion of us that do interviews already. So. Oh no, I know. I agree. That was a tough one. We've actually had fish families had a lot of losses recently, so. And I'm trying to get closer to everybody else. I've been kind of pulled back too. So I have very few people's phone numbers. I think Jeff, Jimmy's, Whips. I'm not saying put your phone number up on the chat, but my number's listed publicly on there. So just, if you wanted me to add you on my phone or whatever, send me a text who it is. And so I know, because I don't answer phone calls from people unless I know who it is that's calling. I just, like I said, I'm trying to grow the channel. I eventually would like to just retire, and this is all I do. Be right back. All right. Oh, we got 10 minutes to go. Sweet. It's been a fast stream. Oh, we'll see what happens when I hit 1 o'clock. If it's still, I know it's wide open. So I just got to remember, I got to slow down, take my time doing what I'm doing. Multi-streaming has got its thing. I mean, if I do it, I could just do a Twitch and that, and I can do that right off of here too if I wanted to. So I do too. He was one of the first people to say hi to me. I believe him, Rico, and Adele, the three of them were like, I was in this stream. I can't even remember whose stream I was in. You know what was it? Actually, you know what? I think Roxanne might have been one of their first ones too. I think she did too. I had like 5 people, and I know he was one of them. Paul, I've been in fish keeping since I was 13. I'm going to be 60 I'm out like 45 years. But what and I always go by the theory of what works for me may not work for you. I'm not going to sit here and knock somebody for their style. I only have 3 aquariums, so I don't have a lot of these, a lot of these bigger channels and stuff. I probably maybe have to add some more to do these things, to have more content. This is kind of why I like doing the live stream, just chatting with everybody. It's, to me, I did have 4 tanks, but I have 3. I have one upstairs that I started out got back into the hobby with when my wife and mother-in-law and sister-in-law and father-in-law bought it for me for Christmas one year. That got me back into the hobby, and I've been nonstop since. But I would never, if I know an answer, but things change so much. So to me, learning from people, I will always say, this is what my experience has been. I will not say, if I don't know it, I'll tell you flat out, I do not know the answer to that question. And you have a lot to give, Dee Dee, believe it or not. I mean, you got 30 or 40 tanks. You've got some experience, some major experience there. It's a lot of tanks. I couldn't keep up with it. So, and I don't have the room for it where I'm at. That's the big thing, is I don't know how much room. So what I'd eventually like to do is this thing behind me that you see holding my drones and stuff on it. I would like to move that upstairs and bring my 46-gallon downstairs and put it that way, right behind me. And I might do some well, thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. I run 2 dirted tanks and then under gravel filter upstairs. I love my under gravel filter. In the end, I might only keep this one. So oh yeah. That's when I think I really started taking off on the streaming. I was doing it and then I had given it up. And then COVID, we were starting to find out that there was something going around, but nobody would give it a name yet. And then all of a sudden, March rolls around. Dee Dee loses her job in February of 2020. All of a sudden, by March, they're talking shutdowns and COVID and all this other crap. And I'm like, whoa. So I started streaming more consistently. So what I would suggest, Paul, is first of all, I know you've got some content up. I did see that. And just continue putting up content when you're ready to live stream. Do it for YouTube. See, I would not. I know a lot of people like StreamYard, but they're so expensive. I would say find one that you can afford first. Play with it in the background, get used to it. Or if you're going to do it on OBS, or there's a gazillion ways to do it. Find out how you want to do it, how you want to take your channel to do live streams, how you want to, that would be my suggestion, is go, make a plan. I did it willy-nilly, and I probably should have made a longer plan, a better plan, a way better plan than what I'm doing now. And I'm still kind of willy-nilly. And I hate being that way, but because it's not fair to you guys. I'm always trying to, as Whip will tell you, everybody will tell you, I like to tinker. So I like trying new things. So when these new streaming services come out, I like to try them. I need to find a set path for my streams. I don't know. Maybe that's what I should make myself, even though I do fish tanks. Maybe say, hey, let me try this out for you. Let me be that person to try it out. And if you like it, you like what you see here, we do it. Maybe that's what my niche should be, and make it that ahead of time. Oh, what did I miss here? Okay. DIY what you can. DJ, nice to see you. Thank you for coming. Been lurking in and out have a great weekend. And you too, sir. Nice to see you. I need a video of you saying this, DJ, where it says hi. It says, hi, everyone, everybody, every fish. When you come in, I can play it for you. Yeah, I started coming back into the hobby with Corey. 2017, I was at the last Chicago aquatic experience, and I actually have a signed T-shirt that I've worn to Aquashella. And he looked at me. When Corey saw me, he says, and he remembered me. I was very shocked because he sees thousands of people a year, if not more. He was like, John, that's an old time shirt. So, but when you get ready to live stream, Paul, don't be afraid. Let me know. Get it scheduled and whatever for your first one. Just relax, go in and have fun. That's what I want to tell you. That's, if I can give you any advice on the live streaming, relax and have fun. Don't be so tense about it. There are going to be times when it doesn't go right. And I'm going to, like me, I'm trying to get better at not letting things frustrate me. And, so when you hear me say I'm pissed off or because there's issues and I say I'm going to kill the stream, doesn't mean that I'm going to, please don't take it that I'm quitting. I don't think I'll ever quit again. A couple bettas before COVID. Paul Whip, Nancy B, Chattanooga. Are there in Tennessee? Yeah, Whip will be down there full time, I'm thinking very, very soon. Yeah, I'm gonna put like I said, I can always do the Twitch because all that does is just like throw a video up for the week. Nobody ever videos, see, just kind of let that one go and let it build up, or just focus on YouTube. I Twitch, I could do Twitch and Kick, but they're all the same. And to be honest with you, from what I heard yesterday, Kick is the only one that gives you most of your money. They give you 95% of what you make on there, and they're kind of like a Twitch, similar to Twitch, for gamers and stuff like that. And that's the bad thing about Twitch, is it's basically for gamers, so. Oh, sorry to hear you're sick, Andy. And thank you for watching in the background. Hopefully I haven't irritated you too much being sick, because I know people tend to have a headache, and reading chat hurts my, you have a wonderful weekend and feel so much better, please. Yeah, Corey, very cool. He's a very nice guy. I'm a very big fan of his. Yeah, I don't want you hurting, so. Yeah. I mean, I can answer most questions, but I've always been the mentality of if I don't know it, I'm not going to BS you. That's bullshit. That's, that makes me a shit YouTuber if I do that. But there's plenty of people in our community that are here, and hopefully I build up more people coming to the stream, and we, if a question gets asked, there's some of us that find out, and I guess we could always research it together. I guess I got to lean more into that, doing the research together, do more than just one page and come up with a middle ground answer that's going to probably be proper. I mean, I'm sure we can all do our do our thing and still be able to answer a question properly for people. Yeah. Both Dee Dee, Jeff, Whip. There's probably nobody in this chat that couldn't answer a question for somebody if I didn't know it. But I don't get a lot of questions, and I'm glad, Paul, I'm glad you asked that, because I do like to tinker with the stuff. And, like I said, I just got to learn to focus on one thing first and then let it grow out from there. And, is it necessitated to do all the other stuff? Probably not. I just need to, I think on my links, I've basically limited it. It's just basically all my social links, and it has basically every link. And I just probably should just maybe learn to just, like I said, focus on this. Keep a steadfast path on here. Try other things out. It's privately, and then not worry about it that way. So. Cars have a lot of personality. Yeah, he's asked a lot of questions that I could help with, when that's not, like I said, maybe that's what I should be doing is like, okay, play with this stuff all week long, try it out, run a live stream on it and say, hey, this is what I, or make a video on it and be the tinkering guy for everybody. Weird fine ST. Ooh, yeah. The dehydration doesn't help the headache either. So feel better, Andy. Sounds like you got a touch of the flu there, my friend. All righty. We're at 105. Still got 14. I'm going to keep going. As long as there's 14 of you here, I don't have hours to worry about on here. I just have to, I think I can only stream 4 hours is what it is at one time. Oh, okay. I do well sometimes. Oh, that's 5-inch black Akara. Okay, that's probably what he's referring to. And most of us are as fish keepers. Well, I agree. We should never stop learning. Layla took a huge jump at school for what they call MAPS testing. She started out at, I think she said, it was like basically a 35% jump from earlier in the year till now. and just a huge strides. And I told her last night, do not ever lose that enthusiasm to learn. Please, Layla, do not, because I think this is what helps me here with my journey. So yeah, I'm going to go watch some of your videos between streams this afternoon, Paul. And well, well, I'm glad you were willing to ask me. I loved your questions and appreciated them. So, and thank you for asking. She's about to see it. Whoop, damn it. There we go. I see it doing it the right way. But yeah, like I said, make yourself another make a path. That's what I would suggest. I've done it, like Dee Dee said, by the seat of my britches. And I should do better and just slow down and like to attempt DIY things, but I usually end up learning things the hard and exponentially more expensive way. Yes. That's all I'm going to say. Jeff's done his whole entire fish room by hand, and I think DIY, right, Jeff? An old HDG. Okay, very cool. That's our girl. Wouldn't expect any less. Yeah. There's some cool videos there that he did. I just don't have enough fish tanks to make the mistake is make the lesson sink in with me. Exactly. Aquarium lights on. No. I've changed my light timing on my lights today to come on at 7 in the morning and go till 7 at night. And I think that's what. Oh yeah. Yeah, I miss Jimmy too. That's, like you said, his personality. So. Oh, no need to thank me. I appreciate everybody who's been here. That's for sure. It's the first time in weeks I've been up and almost to 15 people. It was like, yes. Oh yeah, I didn't hear anything, so. Yeah, I hadn't heard anything if he did or not. I haven't even seen a video from him in like forever. So I know he was on, was that the Wave Makers with Curtis and Mike MNC? I don't know. That is a 25-gallon hex. I know it probably looks like a 30 because it's scrunched down because of me running OBS. I had to kind of scrunch my stuff up. And I'm in that tank. I am keeping Endler guppies. I have 2 female guppies and a whole bunch of other female Endlers. And males here, let me get them up here. They think I'm going to feed them, so I get them up here. Over here, guys. Over here. Come over here. There we go. Now they're starting to come in here. But then, and then in the tank behind me, I currently have other live bearers. It's a dirt, and this tank, sorry, this tank is also dirted. It's been running dirted for, let me grab my note here. Okay, so this hex tank has been running dirted for through actually July 9th, right? No, 7. Yeah. July 9th of 2021 is when I dirted the tank. And it started out with one thing of hygrophilia and some other stuff that I bought, which was an Amazon sword, a couple of Amazon swords. Now it's full of Amazon swords. And back over here, I got some guppy grass. I got strands of guppy grass here. It's got Ludwigia here. But I've had that tank running 3 years, dirted. Then I did a 55 the same year back in December. That's dirted. And that one has nothing but it's going to be my. So this one is deemed and named the Endler Hex. That's what I call it. The Endler Hex. And then the 55 is going to be the Live Bearer tank, which has, right now it has swordtails, a couple different kinds of swordtails in it. And it does have some coolie loaches in the bottom, which I get to see all the time because I have a really heavy planted end right here behind the hex side of it that has lots of swordtails so that they can hide. And then, so I get to see them quite a bit. And I love coolies. Dirted, that one's been dirted and running, like I said, January or December of 21. So it'll be 4 years here, December 10th. I need to take my 5-gallon off this list because I don't have a, there we go. I don't have the 5-gallon. I used to have a 5-gallon over here that was dirted also, but I might someday, maybe I'll put it up. I don't know. We'll see. 46-gallon gallon bow front upstairs. I've had the under gravel filter running 11 November 4th will be 3 years. So, and then in that library tank, I will be getting, Jeff is sending me some Lemias and some Mollies for it. So the Endler Hex sounds like a curse. The Endler Hex. Yeah. Oh, thank you. He's been doing backstages. Okay. Needs to make a little black heart. Yes, that's always been on a sponge filter. And the dirted or the 55 has been on a single sponge filter. And I did have a hang on the back running across the top. That's all. I took that off. I just got the sponge filter running. And I do a water change once a week, like a 5-gallon bucket a week on that one, so that I don't overdo the. And this one I do. I probably just do a 5-gallon to it too, because I don't want to overdo the how much nutrients I take out, because I did a deep one and everything started pulling back. So I think it changed some of the nitrate levels to the wrong for me. And I know even the swords I have in the under gravel filter tank upstairs, they started turning because I did a deep water change on it. So that one I'm going to have to probably ease back on it and let it build back, let those Amazon swords build up again. Yeah, I like, I love under gravel filter. If I could do a dirt tank with under gravel filter, I would. Oh, I need to sit forward. I would do it. So, but I'm not gonna change that away from it. No, and that's part of the reason why I was going to change. I was going to do a biotope in the 55, and I was going to make it under gravel filter. But I decided not to do that route because I've got, like I said, I've got almost 4 years into these two tanks invested. So, and then now the one upstairs, that. So I just don't want to change away from it. If I do the 55, I might just throw some sand in there with something else. I don't know what I'll put in there yet. If I ever bring that 55 back, or the 5.5 gallon. You have an under gravel filter running dirt? No way. How do you stop the dirt from going into the filter, into the under gravel? Oh, Jeff, you might be my best friend right now. Probably have to run it really slow, I'm sure, right? That would be sweet. There we go. Oh, no. It can be done. Probably what? Weed fabric? Well, like I said, in the end, I'm just gonna, if I was gonna change it, I think I would change if I change that out, I would put in some organic potting mix underneath the kitty litter, the special kitty litter from Walmart. That's how I would do it, I think. With just 2 sponge filters on the 55 instead. Wow. You're going to have to do a video on that. Okay. With weed fabric. Okay. That's got to be cool. I've always wanted to do it that way. Do you need help, babe? Hold on a second here. Hold on. I'm going to run upstairs real quick. All right. Dee Dee just got home. Okay. I can't see under my under gravel filter. I know, like Whip said, it's going to probably be a shit show under there. But I did 4 inches of, because I'm a big believer of deep substrate, and I only ran air and it's on 1 tube. I started it out with 2, but I only got 1 tube now. The one end it pulls everything through, but it definitely oxygenates the water perfectly well. Algae I had some hair algae for a while, but I eased back on the feeding and just, kept doing water changes, and it's finally down to, I have photos in the fish room, build photo. Very cool. I had, but like I said, I'm a big believer in deep substrate, so I let it. I let it, I like how Skeptical Aquatics does his tank, the bare bottom plants. That's pretty cool. But like I said, I tell people, do you, you do your fish rooms the way you want. I had, I think, like I said, I try to learn from everybody. So, am I going to go throwing discus in a dirted tank? No, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that's got one that's working and they're not putting videos up. So, and their fish are fine. It's just, still 12. All right. See, what I have read at a place called Aquarium Science, the way you're supposed to clean an under gravel filter is just once a year, take it and stir up right next, like stir some up from the gravel a little bit and try to, and like siphon close to it so that it pulls it out right away and doesn't get back, but you're not supposed to overdo it. So oh wow, don't post any videos about it just because North will trash it in a heartbeat and guarantee it. A swamp, build a discus swamp tank, it's a goal. It's, yeah, like I said, I think there's just some people out there that just want to trash other people's stuff. It's like, yeah, that would work too. Like, even like I said, just stir it up, but you're supposed to let that, that stuff just build, so if it turns into nothing but a big thing of brown mold, I bet you I could take off that area and just throw a sponge filter in there and it would be just fine. It'd be a dirted tank all over, but like I said, I enjoy my undergraduate, my LFS, the guy I go, well, now I've got so many to choose from, but the guy I tend to go through He had um, but it like I said, my LFS uses it. So well, you're in the area where you can get away with that, right? Right, Carolinas, if I remember correct. So it's yeah, I can't get away with that. Not heating my tank, so. Well, I'll be your first backer, Jeff. Trust me. And I'm not trying to cause trouble. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't. To me, it's like just because they're doing it their way, and it works for them. If somebody's going to lose $300 fish. That's their choice. It's not mine. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, you got the similar idea, Paul. So, do you like undergravel filters? Because I know there's a few of us out there that do, but boy, there's a lot of us that don't, that or get bashed for doing it too. But it's all right. I like it. Okay. Yeah. Problem I run into like with Dee Dee, she doesn't. Well, one, we don't have a way to just do like say this area down here. I have, it's like the whole house has to be done at the same heat levels, and we can't get too high because of Dee Dee. Because we try to keep it like, I think she keeps it at 68. I try to tell her to keep it 68 year round on both, but she won't. That's just her though. I might be. I'll have to. Yeah, that's how I was going to change out this dirted tank, was do that and that special kitty litter because of the clay base of it. I was going to do the dirt, a little bit of like a thin layer of dirt, a thin layer of kitty litter, and then a thin layer of sand or play sand on top, whichever, or pool filter sand or play sand, one of the two. So I might just keep these dirted. I don't know. After seeing Stubbs' video the other day about his tank leaking and it was dirted, it took him days to get that. New discus are now laying eggs and they're in dirted tanks. So that's cool. And they're out all the time? Because according to that guy, they don't just stay out. They hide because they're in a bad environment. Because they're not UV sterile. Like I said, I try to learn from his concept, but it's, That's your next project. Does the discus are in a community tank? Okay. Yes, they are. But there's everybody, like I said, that's, everybody's got their own. I feel bad for Whip. He bought one and it was a $70 Lee's, man. I was like, wow. But Lee's, they're knowing. And he wanted a certain kind of great style. So, but $70. I think some of us need to invest into our own sponge filter factory here in the States so we don't get jacked with tariffs. That's the thing that's going to suck. He's all about keeping it like completely UV'd, and I get it. So it's fine. You know, like I said, I try to learn from it because it's, you know, it's a different style. I used to have one of those. I don't know where it's at anymore. So, Constantine, nice to see you. Thank you for coming. Like I said, you know, like Jim says, you do you, boo. We all have our different ways of keeping it. I just don't think it's right to bash the way somebody keeps it either. So that is the one and only thing I will constantly rant on. I'm not your keeper. You're not mine. I guess we'll run on a little bit longer. We'll have to. I do. I eat fish. Well, I have fish sticks. I don't go to. I know people that won't eat shrimp because that's what they sell. You know, but or eat fish because they keep fish. Not me. I'm not like that. I'll eat shrimp or fish. It's good brain food. That's what I hear. I mainly eat fish sticks, but grew up a commercial fisherman family. Oh, see, I learned something new about you today, Dee Dee. Shellfish and more. Yeah, I feel bad for Dee Dee. She can't. She does not have a. She has certain fish she'll eat a certain way, but like we can't go to Red Lobster or anything like that because she doesn't care for seafood. Layla just tried crab the other day. She loved it. Love all of the above. Back to that. There we go. My daddy had wooden skiffs for shellfish harvesting and trout. Oh, wow. Very cool. Let's bring this back. Wonder if there's a way I can end that stream without. There we go. And that one's still streaming. All right. This one should. Let's see if it give me. All right, looks like it's saved. So now we'll see if that goes away, which it probably should. Of crab. He would pay us 7 cents a pound to dehead shrimp. So we got good and fast, a couple dollars. Get you in a movie in theater back then. And popcorn to eat. Not a big fan of shrimp, but take corn deep fried catfish will make my day. Like, very cool. Oh, sorry. There we go. Not crazy about catfish, but could eat them. Your favorite is red snapper and flounder. Yeah, I'm more freshwater. I like perch. Yeah, cheap perch. I'm good with perch. I used to go to fish fries every Friday when my dad worked them at a Moose Lodges as a kid. I wonder what we're having for dinner now. You guys are making me hungry. Here's the food part of the show. I work the gravel back into the gravel. I have 2 to 3 inches of pea gravel in them. Get lots of gunk out. Oh, yeah. I know you will. Now, are yours planted, TJ? That's the other thing I meant to ask people. On your under gravel filters, are they planted? Because I know they say you can't do plants in under gravel filters at the same time. That's part of the reason why I don't vacuum that gravel. I just let the filter do its thing, you know. Muddy fish is like an aphrodisiac for you. Oh, there we go. Sweet. Oh, we're up to 15 with 20 minutes to go. Sweet. Oh. Okay. Very cool. 100% planted. Yeah, I noticed my Amazons aren't doing very, like I said, I don't know if it's because I do that water change. Maybe I need to, I'm trying to let it get back to, because my thought process is nitrates get pulled down like this. It's going to go over those roots. And the Amazon sword, pull in a lot, on nitrates. So my thought doesn't mean it's correct. All right. Thank you for coming, Sleeper. It was nice to see you. And hopefully we'll see you at 6 o'clock for mine and Cody's. That will be on my channel too, by the way. And then eventually we'll get when I process clams for chowder, I cut the black part out. Tastes better. Oh, very cool. I do like oyster Rockefeller, I think it was called. It's like a half shell. My buddy was like, as soon as I went to do it, he goes, hang on. I'm going to tell you, John, just kind of drink it down type thing. Let it slide down. Don't even try to chew it. So he goes, you'll get the taste of however they processed it to make it. Barbecue chicken on the Weber this weekend. That sounds good. We haven't used our grill in a while. You know what? We didn't have burgers this week either. No Taco Tuesday. It's all right. Changed it up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, have fun. Yeah, I'm gonna run until it'll be 2 Central, 3. It'll be 3 Eastern. So Grant will be going, or Graham will be going. Sorry. At you know what? I need to go grab. Huh. Cool. I stopped my so it's aquarium adventures. Let's do this. No, I see what I did wrong. I will go grab his YouTube for us and post it. Cody is a fish friend of mine. He lives, he's a close friend. Him and his wife are good friends of ours, and their daughter and my daughter like to hang when they get a chance to be together. But a lot of times, like what they'll do at the beginning of the stream, they'll say hi to each other and stuff like that, so that we can, you know, there it is. I'm trying to grab his live. Because when I go to, I'll probably stop at about 5 till in about 10 minutes, so that it'll give time to people to go to the bathroom and get a drink. Oh, okay, sweet. Did I? Probably should come up with a hashtag for it too. Let me get back in. There we go. There's Aquarium Adventures live stream link. Should be in. Oh, sorry. Put it in the wrong one. There we go. Oh, I think I think you got it in there before me, Dee Dee. Did find it for it. So, and to answer your question, Paul, let me go up here. Cody is yeah, I got about 5 minutes. You want to come up? Oh, there you are. Okay. There we go. We'll bring Jorge up. You should be live now, Jorge. Yep, you're live. Oh, he left. There you go. There you go.
You got to be real careful when you drop that link. You don't know which riffraff is going to be coming up here.
We're all riffraff, my friend.
Yeah, but some of us are worse than others.
True. through that.
Oh, I thought you were still gonna go. I heard you say, oh, till 3 o'clock, but I'm thinking I'm on West Coast time, so
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna
so I was
go.
like,
It'll be 3 o'clock Eastern, and then
yeah.
2 o'clock my time. So I'll go and so then kick every. Like I said, I still got about 5 more minutes to go, and you weren't up there long, were you?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm just getting out of bed right now because I was working graveyard last night. So I got up, went and grabbed the coffee, I actually felt like having a cigar for breakfast. So
yeah.
Came into the garage, turned on the computer, and I was going, who's live? But
yeah, what time is
I have no sense of
because you're
What was that,
going
John?
all over the place. Yeah. So it's like Boogie and Jody, they're going, I think it's 5 o'clock our time, my time.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be
Are you on Eastern time?
I'm on Central time. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I go like tonight, me and our friend, and to answer your question, yes, Paul, that friend of mine, he's a fish buddy. Cody, we're starting a Friday night live stream together at 6 o'clock. The channel I've got the channel set up, but we still have to get like the logos and stuff like that onto it. And so trying to get people to go over to subscribe to it so that they can get notified. Yeah, he is soothing.
What's the name of that?
Northern Illinois.
Is it on your channel?
Yeah, it's called Northern Illinois Aquatics. It's him and I are both going to have access to it, and it'll have its own Stream Elements account, its own, basically, that we can both. It'll have its own email address that we both have.
Yeah, that's kind of what I did when I was doing the stream with Steve, the Fish Planty Moss. It's still active. It's just, but yeah, we did a whole separate. We didn't want to run into that whole thing of monetization or anything on it, and I was like, you know what? Let's just make it its own independent channel. Let it do its own thing. I don't think we ever posted content to that channel, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think other than the live streams, I think that's strictly what it was. It was just a live stream thing, and it worked out best that way because that way, like you said, both of you have access to it. We use the same exact email and account because we actually created its own Gmail for that channel, and we just shared the password, so we both had complete administrative control over it.
Jeff, tell Dee, don't let Graham know that, right? You'll give him an even bigger head.
Who's that, Garden of Eden?
No, Graham from Aquarium Adventures, because he goes on it. He goes on at like 3 doing a quiz and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. The only time I've ever actually watched, I guess, one of his lives, he was going off on King of DIY. I was like, all right,
there's
I'm good.
A lot of people that have done that.
Yeah, no, I wasn't feeling it, so everybody's chat's busy.
Did you see what Dee said?
Yeah, I told you, you got to be real careful dropping that.
Well,
link
that's
down.
why I always like looking the thing up there to see if I can at least see their face, and like I could see it was you. If they're willing to show me their face, then I don't have to worry. I am liking this restream a lot, though.
Hey, Constantine, where the hell have you been
here for
man?
About a half an hour now. So
yeah. I know. What I mean is that he's been kind of MIA for quite some time. I'm hoping he's doing all right.
People saying hello.
Hey, Sal. Toonie changed their avatar or icon. I don't know what you call it.
Toonie did?
They changed that. Yeah. It looks like a little duck now. Paul Martin. I don't know if I know who that is.
Paul Martin is a good friend of Candy Overhouse. And yeah,
Oh, okay.
he was asking me a lot of streaming stuff and website stuff, stuff like that, like the stuff that I have for the channel, and the links that I use and stuff like that. And he was asking some really good questions about it. So I kind of think I think my niche might be is the guy that wants to go test things.
Now, let me ask you, because you were using StreamYard for
I
a while,
used it
right?
for a long time. And
Yeah. How do you, now that you've been using Restream, how do you like it?
I'm liking it.
Is it pretty?
I'm liking it now. A little bit. I was trying to go on just doing it on my own, where I had it through OBS, but then I couldn't have guests. So it was kind of like, okay, that was the one thing that was the downfall. And then I found a way to have guests. But then 2 weeks ago, we had the stream where my audio just went to absolute shit. And I watch a guy.
Now, was it the platform or was it on your end?
We think it was Video Stream or that Video Ninja that's been used. Like Michael Fire Jr., that's all he does is live streams, and he does videos on live streaming and stuff like that. And he uses that all the time and has people up all the time. And he uses it every week. But I don't know what happens. So
now, are you limited by the amount of hours you can do on the free side of this?
I believe they allow you to do up to 4-hour streams, and then it cuts it off. Yeah.
Oh, okay, but you're not like with the StreamYard gives you 20 hours a month.
Yeah, so I haven't run into a video like I did like a boatload of them last weekend, because I was gonna do Rumble only, but like Monday through Thursday for an hour a night. But then I'm like, this is just it's the Rumble things. Yeah, screw it. It's.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of people are really excited about it in the beginning, but it seems like the only ones that are still active over there are Tommy and
Jim
and Jim, and then I think Jeremy from Aquarium Domain. But I think he just drops thumbnails for his videos. Yeah, I don't think he does.
Discus North drops stuff too. So, like his video, it just uses it like an archive. So, matter of fact, I was running this to YouTube and Rumble, and I went in the Restream to edit it, and I just killed the the Rumble stream because it only, every time I checked it, was only the most that it was over there were 3 people, so it was like,
oh, okay. And it's the same three people that are over here on YouTube too.
It could be.
Oh, you can't see
unless they say something. I can't tell who's there. Yeah, even kind of like here.
Okay.
Streamlabs, it's a little buggy. That's why I use OBS, but I'm actually playing around with Meld right now. It's a new type, like OBS type thing, Jeff, and it's made for beginner streamers. So I'm going to play around with that in private and see how it goes. The thing I did like about it when I was playing with it before, I can do multi-stream easily if I wanted to multi-stream with that Meld. And it's like you just click the ones you want after you set them up, and you just go live, and it pulls it to each one.
Now, have you played around with all the different, the 3 major or 4 major platforms? Because I guess you can go live on Facebook, you can go live on excuse me, you can go live on Instagram and TikTok. The only thing I like about TikTok is that you can have music.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me. You can have music, playing, and it doesn't
with
strike you
Twitch
for copyright.
If you're using OBS and you're logged into Twitch for your primary, which you have to have a primary to multi-stream on OBS, and then you use a plugin or something like that to do it. Because I've used the Stream Elements version of like Streamlabs or whatever before, and stayed with OBS. But you can play music, but you got to set it to only go to there's a guy, his name's Nutty. He does all these fancy, his streams are insane. And he sends music to Twitch, but but the same stream is going to YouTube, but the audio is not going there. And you can do that through OBS. And and like Meld, that's one of the things I don't know. Will it allow you to send a track just strictly to. I did notice that I had it on earlier. The music, they have music on here on Restream.
Kind of like a
Yeah,
StreamYard that,
but
you know,
it's like
looping.
200. The problem that this is like 200 a year to almost 200 a year for Restream. So Talk Studio, which is what was Melon, which is what I started out with when I first started live streaming, then went back to StreamYards. They're now part of Streamlabs, which was what Jeff was saying was a little buggy. Yeah, Meld, but it's that's only 10 a month, but it's, and again, only 720. This is only 720 for like 200 a year, but I'm fine with it. I'm getting to the point where I'm fine with the 720. So
yeah, well, most people watch on the phone, don't
yeah.
they? So it's good enough at
I can get
720.
1080 on there.
You don't.
So I would like to
Okay.
stream 4K, but
Yeah, I don't need people really realizing how ugly I am, so I don't need them to see me in 4K. The blurrier, the better.
And like I said, I'm just getting.
It's like a filter, you know. The more pixelated it is.
Yeah, I'm just like getting to the point where it's like, you know, I've been the guy that tinkers, and it's like, you know, and that's probably why I don't have a I don't have a continual like 30 people each time, you know, or you know, so because I'm constantly tinkering around with different things. So
I don't know if that's really a thing though anymore. You know, having that regular scheduled live streams. If you pay attention, some of the bigger channels don't necessarily have like a regularly scheduled. It's just the consistency. They'll put up stuff regularly, but I don't know. It's not as rigid as it once used to be, where it was like, you know, watching TV. You knew at so and so time so was going on and stuff like that. But lately, hardly anybody's live streaming.
yeah,
You know, it used to be you couldn't find a spot to go live because everybody was live streaming. But I guess now that the weather is kind of
with
changed,
the Fish Fam, that's the nice thing is we all have an understanding, you know, that okay, just basically stream when you want, you know. But me, I get pissy about streaming. I get pissy about streaming over to myself about streaming over somebody else because I want to be there to watch it. I just got to learn to like, okay, if I want to go at whatever time, go, you know. That's the hardest thing I have is just going over somebody else. I just, you know, and
yeah, you don't want to miss out on the interaction that's going on. Yeah, I get it. That's kind of, I was thinking about going live, but then I jumped on here. I was going, oh, I hope somebody's going live. I hope somebody's going live.
Yeah. Yeah. And like Jimmy would say, he goes, dude, this is your time frame. Everybody knows you're here. So
yeah. Well, I guess there is an advantage to that. I think the only way being random works is if you get an opportunity to post it at least a day in advance. If you know you're going to be doing something, and I like to do at least 3 days. That's if I, you know, best scenario is 3 days, but yeah, you know, but at least a day at the minimum a day.
Yeah, I thought about doing that too, Jeff. Like going like, you know, Twitch is mainly for gamers. Kick is like, it looks like it's a little of everything, but it's based like on Twitch, Jeff. So it's like the Facebook thing. That might be a good idea. Just maybe, you know, YouTube and Facebook, and I can do that right through this. So
yeah, I've done that before, but I don't like doing lives on Facebook because it's actually attached to my personal account.
Oh,
so all of a sudden I start getting my mom popping in and my uncle and my cousins. And they're like, what the hell are you doing?
Right.
And it's like, man, you know, some things I just kind of like to keep from them.
Yeah, and Jeff, it's hard because like there's times on Friday. See, I take advantage of Fridays being my night, just stream. I don't care how many times I want to do it. Yeah, like last Friday, I did a test stream. Late night test stream. Then I did another one explaining why I was possibly going to go to Rumble and I was going to set up a schedule and all. You know, just for like Monday through Thursdays, and I ended up not doing it, and it was just like, when I could have probably taken some time to do a video on the mics that Jose sent me for my phone, and it's so, and I didn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's in the short time that I've been doing this, I see that it goes through like some ebbs and flows. There's times of the year where everybody's streaming. I mean, everybody. It's every single day of the night. Every single day of the week, the night. Every night. Monday through Sunday. There's something going on, and lately it's just been like dry.
Right.
Just a few here or there. Like Steven, he still does his regular stream, and I think Garden of Eden does too. But
I think staying with consistency, though, I think is kind of key. It's
I don't know. I'm not sold on that one. I'm not sold on that one because I've managed to not do that and still be able to make strives. So I don't know. I guess it depends on the stream too, though.
Yeah, Jeff, I have the MyFishTanksAquatics Facebook page too. So
yeah, I did something similar to that, but it made it a business account for some reason.
Oh, that is weird.
I have it's set up. I have one that's Mexicali Fish Keeper, but it's like if it was a business. I need to go and I don't know what I selected.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I can I don't think I can post stuff. Yeah, I can post stuff on there, but it's weird. I haven't really tinkered around too much with it either.
Right. And in the random, I noticed like with yours, you always seem to have a good pull in, because but I think a lot of it's because you're doing interviews, when you do that. So
yeah,
and I don't really.
Yeah. Most of the stuff that I do it's with somebody else, and it's like I said, and I try to put it out at least 3 days,
right?
Notification, so that people kind of have it in the back of their mind. Oh yeah, he's probably going to go live on this day.
Oh, Twitch lets you stream DJ mixes, no copyright restrictions like others. That was what DJ was saying. Yeah, like I said, I had stuff going there. I've had stuff going to Rumble. I've had, it's like I just need to slow down and learn to focus on one thing and just do it and build it up and and continue to to do what I can to be there. And and I like the fact that my buddy Cody's like, hey, you want to do like a collab on Friday nights since we're both home. So
don't you work on most Friday nights?
I haven't DJ'd in on a Friday night. I don't have any shows right now until June, and those are on Saturdays. And I'm only playing one place for a few days during the summer because it's outside in a band shell type thing. And then I'll fill in if another KJ needs me to help out with them or something. But yeah, I've been going and singing karaoke at a guy show and having more fun that way. Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you DJ, are you actually mixing live? I mean, are you doing like the whole?
I do. I do not. I don't do house music stuff. I do karaoke shows and I do weddings. If somebody hires us to do a wedding, which I haven't had one in over a year now for that too. So it's like I'm almost 60, so it's kind of like I'm slowly pulling out of it. So
I don't know. I think our generation does a little bit weird because we still go out and like to have a good time.
Saturday night.
And we grew up with such a broad spectrum of music. I mean, we can tap into everything because we grew up with everything. As we were growing up, music was evolving, changing, different trends were coming in, going out. It's just we have such a wide spectrum to choose from because we grew up with all of it.
Right. And that's, I'm trying to teach my granddaughter, she's like, oh, I'm a Taylor Swift fan. I'm like, that's fine. Enjoy it. I don't care for her as a person, but I like her music only because I have to play it. And I've kind of come to like her music in general,
her as a person though, with some of the things you hear on, on YouTube and whatever, it's like it's she's just she's kind of snobby. But hey, people love her, so. But
I mean, but which celebrity isn't a little bit eccentric? That's kind of what makes them interesting, I guess.
And it's one of those things where it's like, just, like I tell her, try to listen to everything. Don't, be a fan of like Chuck Berry's and Elvis's and stuff like that, because these are the people that brought you the chance to listen to a Taylor Swift and, stuff like that.
Well, what I like to do is like with my grandkids, because they'll be listening to a new song and I was like, oh, that music is from this. And I'll take them back and I'll show them, the integrations that I know all the way back to its roots where, it might've been like R&B or it was, something like that, and show them the original track. And then whoever took that track and
Yep.
Modernized it. And then whatever it is now. So now, that this music originated from over here, and they'll start connecting.
And those
the
are
dots.
like Uptown Funk from Bruno Mars. Great example. That's a great example that you just gave. That song there, if you listen to the drum beats of that song, The Time from the Birds, or not the bird, the bird from during the Prince era. From the I think the group was called The Time or something. Was no, Morris Day. Sorry. Yeah.
Morris Day.
The bird. That song. It's the drum beats of that.
Yep.
Of the bird. It's like, like you said, it intertwines. That whole. There's a lot of intertwining with songs nowadays. You see it with was it Britney Spears, that a little bit closer or something. I think it's this, or hold me closer. It was her and Elton John that did a collab, but he called her saying, hey, I want to do a collab, on this song. And she goes, you have your people write up how we want to do it using this song. And it's Tiny Dancer used in.
Well, it's like right now, I was just listening to, I guess Selena Gomez had dropped her latest song. I think it's called like Sad Eyes or something like that. That is from a Spanish song called Ojos Tristes, which dates back to like the 70s.
Yeah.
And even I think the chorus, because it's when it's in Spanish, is the actual original lady that sang that song.
But it's funny because like Vanilla Ice, he got tagged for, because he didn't change. All he had to do is change one damn drum beat, and it would have been different, or a bass beat, and it would have been different.
With Under Pressure.
Or just call them and say, hey, I want to use this in my song. And kind of like,
I think that was the problem, though. I think he did try to resolve it, and they said no. They didn't want their music to be used for that, and he still went ahead and did it. And then, because he was claiming he had changed either a snare or something in it, and that's why he was saying it was different. But they were like, no, it was like 90% of this is exactly the same.
In court. It was proved in court.
Yeah,
that it was the same exact drum beats. But
I think most of a lot of the songs today it's like there's this that trends on Instagram and YouTube, Anxiety. It's the same music from somebody I used to love. Somebody from, I think it's called Somebody I Used to Know. And it's exactly the same music, but she's singing over the top of that.
DJ, you continue, man. Like I said, I've just gotten to the point where it's like, I mean, we'll go out on Saturdays and I'll sing, because it's a night out for my wife. She can gamble and whatever, and I don't drink, so she can have as much booze as she wants, and gamble her, the night away. I sing some karaoke, have fun doing that, and like I said, it's like I used to enjoy. I mean, I was out. I was so in deep that I used to be out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night, Saturday night, just doing karaoke shows. It got a little old real quick. Black Betty is way older than I thought it was. Yes, that's just like 70s song.
No, but I think even the band that made it popular, I think that song's even older.
Yeah, I'm
than
sure
that.
it is. Yeah, gotcha. No, it's cool that,
And
yeah, I'm glad to see you can do that still at 65.
I think just music is in
It
you,
is.
though.
It really
I
is.
mean,
I
it's,
mean,
it's one of those. You know that to be true because you can see babies when they're hearing music and they're kind of bobbing to it because it's
mhm.
just rhythm. I guess rhythm from being inside the woman's body and hearing the heartbeat and stuff like that. You just get accustomed to
I've always
rhythm.
said music
You
soothes the
know.
soul. I could be having a crappy day going and just throw on, like me, I'm big into Hair Nation music. So like, I have satellite radio, so I
Mm.
throw on the Hair Nation station, all those 80s hairs bands and stuff like that.
Poison and
Def
Rat
Leppard is one of my
and
favorite.
Twisted
Def
Sister.
Leppard's one of my favorite, and it's because of Kiss that, that a lot of those bands are there, so it's, Def Leppard. I was listening to Def Leppard before a lot of my friends. So basically from album one, I was listening to those guys, and they, it's, it's just one of those things I always like. I could throw that on and my mood can get way better because of music. So.
Mm. Yeah, no, definitely music can evoke emotions, feelings. I guess there's certain songs that you have some emotional attachment, whether it's joy,
Yeah.
There's just some voices though that have this real gritty, real that just I don't know, it's weird. It's like just it's one of those things where you just don't know what it is, but it just evokes so much emotion, whether it's joy or sadness or melancholy, or it is just like, wow,
Pat Benatar is a great
and
example of
you've
that.
never,
She's opera trained. Pat
what's that?
Benatar, she's
Oh,
that's a
okay.
great example. She's opera trained, but her husband was like, he noticed that just slight bit of grittiness to her voice. He's like, you know what? He goes, I think you'd be a great rock singer. He goes, let me write some songs, get a band together, and then all of a sudden, and because he threw the band together and her as the lead singer, spotlighting her, she became as famous as she was. And it was all because of her husband noticing that little graveliness in her voice. But she's opera trained, and you can hear that the way she can swing her voice, in her songs. So,
Yeah, I remember when was it? America's Got Talent is no, The Voice was the very first competition for singing, right?
I
And then right
thought it
after
was American Idol.
is it America? Oh, okay. Okay, The Voice is the second one. I think in the very first season of The Voice, there was a young lady, and I think her name was Juliet. God, I used to love her. I thought she was going to win the whole thing, but she ended up taking second place on that show. But she never did anything
Yeah.
after that. It was kind of like disappointing because she just had this thing about the way she sang. It was like, wow, very captivating. At least to me. And I think a lot of people too, because a lot of people were kind of surprised that she didn't win the whole thing. I think it was a backup singer for Alicia Keys that ended up winning that season.
Read a good article on the body syncs to music. Yeah, I can see that. It's a lot more of a connection than people think, which is kind of like what you were saying. Jay Aquarium, the Nano Aquarium guy. Nice to see you,
Jay.
sir. It's yeah, I still, like I said, I still love going, still love performing a karaoke show. It's just, and that's where I think my first love is, because I like singing. I'm horrible. I'm not a good singer at all, but I think a lot of people see that, that, hey, okay, he's having fun doing it. And then,
well, karaoke is the one thing where you can get away with it because it's not about the singing; it's about the good time you're having.
I learned something. I learned something from American Idol, and they teach you, we don't want, and this is things I tell people all the time. We don't want to hear the artist when you're doing this song. We want to hear what you bring to the song. So I tell people that, even if they're a new singer. I'm like, we don't care about, there's no American Idol judges here. We're not here to judge you, but we want to see what your rendition of the song is, not the artist's song, the rendition. So a lot of people are like, oh my God, thank you, John, for telling me that, because they take their karaoke from here and then they kind of, oh, now I get a little, okay. Oh, I can get a little artsy. These people are going to enjoy this, or, and we do. That's exactly what we want, Trying to think if there's anybody else here. And that's what I love,
So let me ask you this: since you've obviously have listened to tons of songs and music because you DJ, what is your number one go-to song if you want to get in a good mood? If you that one song that just kind of, no matter what kind of state you're in, the minute you hear that song, everything goes away and you forget about whatever is bothering you.
Ooh, mine. I have so many.
Okay, which are the three? Your three go-to songs that's going to get you of whatever rut you're in.
Detroit Rock City from Kiss.
Okay.
Def Leppard's Photograph.
Okay.
And if I had to take a more current song, I think Shake It Off from Taylor Swift. There's something about that song. That song is just like, I think it's just catchy. And I think like ever see it, like I saw The Rock doing it like for lip sync battle. And it was like, nobody does it better than him. The song's just catchy. So we do our songs karaoke style. Yeah, those are my three. What would be your three? It's cool to hear all the stuff too.
Let me see. I like House of Pain, Jump Around or Jump. I can listen to that, and I'll, no matter what it is, and I'll get motivated. And then that would be one of my go-tos. Let's see. Any Queen song. Well, no, that's not true. Let me see. I guess as corny as it is, We Will Rock You is one of those that, I don't know. It just kind of brings up a lot of, I guess, good memories. And the third one, let's see, which is another one that I'll Chop Suey by System of a Down.
Yeah, that's a good one. If I had to add a fourth one, I think I would go with Stone in Love from Journey off the
Chop Suey, and the reason why that one is because we used to travel a lot when the kids were young. I mean, we moved so many times, and we used to travel for hours. And that was the one song we could all agree on, and everybody would be screaming at the top of their heads. And so that's why Chop Suey is one of those that, that's definitely one of my go-tos.
Ooh, Sharp Dressed Man. That's a good one.
Who sings that?
ZZ Top. I actually just got to see them a couple summers ago. They played our Woodstock is the center of my county, the town I live in.
Okay.
So, here in Northern Illinois, so it's the county seat and everything, and the county fairgrounds were right, there, and they have this nice little grandstand, and they bring like a trailer out, so that they have a band shell, and it's a nice size trailer that they bring out. And they had ZZ Top with a Collective Soul opening for them. And I was going to the washroom during the ZZ Top show, and I come out and they're playing Tube Snake Boogie, and I'm like dancing around singing the song real loud because that's one of my karaoke songs. And this girl goes, "Check him out. He's totally into this song." But like you said, it was one of those things where the song just kind of
yeah, it just resonates with you, and it's kind of like you don't know why. It's just it moves you to your core, and it's kind of like
I think it's
all
my
right.
dirty mind in that song.
Well, you know what's so funny is a lot of those songs, even when I was a teenager, I guess I wasn't as lived as I am now, but I didn't understand the lyrics. It wasn't until I was much older that I got that I understand. Oh, that's what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Look at Def Leppard stuff. A lot of their stuff it has
Yeah.
no, like, they had no real meaning behind it. They were just words that went well together as they were writing them out. And they had, a producer like John Mutt Lang who said, hey, slide this verse into this here. And, and all the changes they made while they were recording these albums worked for them. 45 years later, now they're still making albums.
So what's their biggest song? Pour Some Sugar on Me?
That will be the stripper anthem. That's why. Like their new album actually has two good songs on it, and it's Kick is the name of the song. And I actually sing it. It came out in karaoke. It took about 6 months, but it came out in karaoke, and I actually sang it.
It's funny how some songs get pegged into certain, like you said, Pour Some Sugar is like the stripper anthem. I'm pretty sure they didn't think that was going to be the case, but there's certain, it's funny. I was talking about We Will Rock You, and it's, and We Are the Champions. That's kind of become the song for when teams win and for sports. Well, at least it was for a while. I don't know.
I think it is for the most part, but it, like NFL, they never use anything like that. They're just, instead of playing it in the stadium, but I think it's more like hockey, basketball, where it's an indoor sport type thing. So. All right, let's see where we're at here.
Well, so much for jumping off
in
5 minutes, huh?
I went a little longer.
You've got over about an hour now.
Oh no, I'm only about 25 over. I'm running. We're running in the gram for sure. But but it's all good.
Well, if you need to jump off,
I probably will just because of the fact that I don't. Like I said, it's he usually tends to get a lot of people, and I did notice it dropped down and then it went back up a little bit. So, but it was no, it was always cool. It's always cool to sit and talk with somebody a little bit. And like I said, if I overrun a little.
Well, it makes it easier.
Yes.
It makes it a lot easier. It's just, I don't know. That's why I feel so weird about going live by myself.
No, this is where I mean, I live the chat, you know what I mean? So it's like with that, when I'm by myself, it's, what do they want to talk about?
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't been able to master that. I know Rico is pretty good at doing that. You're pretty good at doing that. But I don't know. I just, unless I have something specifically that I want to talk about, I don't find myself going live by myself too often.
I just don't have enough fish tanks to be able to do, like a huge long update. And, I only have 3 tanks. So.
But you know what? I used to think that was necessary, but I see so many channels that are very, very successful, and they only have 1 tank. 1 tank.
Oh wow.
And they're thriving. They're doing really good, but they'll do like these long form where they'll record it over a certain span of month and then make it a video. Or, I don't know, it's just interesting. And it's interesting is that I watch them, but I don't do anything like that. I don't do anything like that. I like to watch it, but I don't do it, which is weird.
Well, it's cool to see that they, they can find a way to make content. And so they're basically putting out a video about like once a month. You're saying then to do it? Yeah,
well, some of these channels are putting out like every week.
I guess I'm just not creative enough to.
You and I both, because I'm horror. I go through these spurts where I'll put out like 3 or 4 videos in a week and then nothing. Like right now I haven't done anything in the last couple of weeks. The last video I did was my grandkids coming over, but I haven't done a live stream. I haven't done nothing. I don't know. You hit these spells, I guess, where you just kind of like, I don't know if it's lack of motivation or I don't know what it is, but a lot of it is you get busy around the house too, though. It can't all be YouTube. I got stuff to do. Like we're getting the backyard ready now that the weather's changing. It's nice. We like to enjoy being outside, but also next week it's my wife's birthday, so I'm making it look nice because I know I want to invite some people over, and we'll have a nice little dinner outside in the back patio.
That's funny. DJ says it's okay. ZZ Top is only 3. The Police also. Rush was 3. Triumph was only 3 people. And then he said Babe Ruth was 3.
Blink 182 was 3.
Only 3 people? Okay. I didn't know that.
Blink 182. Nirvana's only 3 guys.
It's amazing how many, and like Rush, their sound was like with only 3 guys. It was like 90% of that was because of Neil Peart, because the guy was literally buried in percussion all the way around him. And how he could keep up with he's, oh my God, his style of play, Neil Peart, Jesus, it was crazy. All right, so I guess we should kill this and I'll let everybody get over to
Babe Ruth was number 3.
And I got to go to the bathroom again. So,
all right. Well, thanks for having me up, John.
It's always an open invitation, Jorge. Always an open invitation. That's why I put it up there. Anybody wants to come up, they can come up.
Well, I saw it and I said, you know what? Let me jump in here. Like I said, I was contemplating going live, but I really didn't want to.
Yeah.
But that's why I said I was hoping somebody was going live, and then I was hoping that
I guarantee you'll always find me from like 11 Central to at least 11 to 1.
Okay.
So
sounds good.
On Fridays. So all right, my man. We'll talk at you later. Everybody, thank you for coming. Enjoyed being the stream. Definitely was much better than the last few weeks. I won't lie. They've been much shorter. This one definitely went a lot longer, which I'd rather have. So, and we'll talk to y'all. Have a great weekend. Peace.